Hey everyone, and welcome to another deep dive. You know how we do things here.
Yeah,
We take a subject we think is worth exploring,
absolutely.
and we really get into it.
Deep dive.
Yeah, exactly. We deep
Great.
dive into it.
I like that.
Today we're talking about something that I think is so important
Okay.
for just about everyone,
Hmm.
and that's vocabulary.
Oh, very cool.
We're not talking about super obscure words or anything like that.
Right.
We're talking about words you can actually use every single day
Everyday vocabulary.
to, really level up your communication skills.
Like in everyday conversations.
Exactly.
Interesting.
So to help us with this deep dive, we've got a really cool article here,
Oh, awesome.
all about expanding your everyday vocabulary.
Excited to jump in.
So let's just get right into it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Why does vocabulary even matter?
I mean, we could just use the same words all the time, right?
Yeah, right? Like, why bother learning new words?
Well, I think there are a few really good reasons.
Okay, lay it on me.
First of all, using a wider range of vocabulary can make you a more effective communicator. It can help you to express yourself more clearly and precisely.
So, instead of just saying something is good,
Right.
you could say it's, amazing or fantastic.
Exactly, or even like incredible or outstanding.
Right, so you're painting a much more vivid picture for the listener.
Yeah, exactly. And it can also help you to better understand what other people are saying.
That's a good point. I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah, if you have a larger vocabulary, you're more likely to be able to understand the nuances of what someone is saying.
And avoid those awkward misunderstandings.
Exactly.
Okay, so that's communication, but is there anything else?
Well, yeah. Second, a strong vocabulary can actually make you a more persuasive person.
Ooh, tell me more about that.
When you use more descriptive and powerful language,
Yeah.
people are more likely to pay attention to what you have to say.
It's like you command more authority.
Yeah. And, it can make your arguments more compelling.
That's a good point.
And, it can help you to better connect with your audience.
So it's not just about sounding smart.
Not
It's about actually connecting with people on a deeper level.
exactly.
And you know what? I think there's even a third reason why vocabulary matters.
Okay. What's that?
It can actually boost your confidence.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
When you feel like you have the words to express yourself,
Yeah.
it can make you feel more confident and in control.
I mean, think about a time when you, nailed the perfect word.
Yes.
It feels good,
It feels empowering.
right?
Okay, so we've established that vocabulary is important,
Yeah.
but where do we start?
Right.
I mean, like you said, we're not going to memorize the entire dictionary.
Definitely not.
So what's a good approach?
Well, I think the key is to focus on vocabulary that's relevant to your everyday life.
Okay, so words we can actually use.
Yeah, exactly. And the article here actually breaks down everyday vocabulary into 4 main categories.
Oh, perfect. That's helpful.
So the first category is greetings.
Okay, so how to say hello and goodbye.
Yeah, exactly. And you know how to greet people in different situations.
So instead of just hi or hey all the time.
Yeah, right.
Which, let's be honest, I'm guilty of that.
We all are.
So what are some other options?
Well, you could try something like good morning or good afternoon.
Right? Or how's it going?
Yeah, or even what's up if you're feeling casual.
Okay, those are good. I like those.
And for goodbyes, you could try have a good one.
Or take care.
Yeah, or see you later.
Okay, I'm already feeling more eloquent.
I know, me too.
All right, what's the next category?
The next category is food and dining.
Ooh, one of my favorites.
Yeah, mine too. And, this is a great category to focus on because...
We talk about food all the time.
Right, we do.
What did you have for dinner?
Exactly. Or, what are you planning to eat this weekend?
Right, so instead of just saying that was good,
Yeah.
what are some other words we could use?
Well, you could try something like delicious or scrumptious
Okay, those are good.
or flavorful or even exquisite if you're feeling fancy.
And if something's not good,
Yeah.
we could say it's bland or tasteless.
Right, or uninspired or even disappointing.
Ooh, I like that. Disappointing.
Yeah.
Okay, what's next?
The next category is feelings.
Oh, this is a big one.
Yeah, this is a really important category because...
It's how we connect with other people.
Right, exactly. And, a lot of people struggle to express their feelings.
Yeah, for sure.
But having a wider vocabulary of feeling words can really help with that.
Okay, so instead of just happy or sad,
Right.
what else can we say?
Well, for happy, you could try joyful or content.
Or elated or thrilled?
Yeah, and for sad, you could try dejected. or downhearted.
Or melancholic or despondent.
Yeah, and there are so many other feeling words out there.
That really capture the nuances of how we feel.
Right, like frustrated or excited.
Anxious or grateful.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've got greetings, food, and dining and feelings.
Yeah.
What's the last category?
The last category is describing things.
Okay, so this is like adjectives and adverbs and all that.
Yeah, exactly. And this is a really fun category because...
There's so many possibilities.
Right, like instead of just saying big,
Yeah.
you could say enormous or gigantic.
Or massive or colossal.
Yeah, and instead of just saying small,
Uh-huh.
you could say tiny or minuscule.
Or petite or diminutive.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've got our 4 categories.
Yeah.
Greetings, food, and dining feelings and describing things.
Uh-huh.
But how do we actually make these words stick in our brains?
Right. Like, how do we actually learn them?
Yeah, because just knowing the categories isn't enough.
Definitely not.
We need to actually be able to use these words.
Exactly.
So what are some good techniques?
Well, I think the best way to learn new vocabulary is to make it fun.
Okay, I like the sound of that.
Yeah, and there are a lot of different ways to do that.
So give me some examples.
You could try using a word-a-day app.
Oh, yeah, I've seen those.
Yeah, they're really popular and they're a great way to learn a new word every day.
And it only takes a few minutes.
Exactly.
Okay, what else?
You could also try making flashcards,
Oh, yeah, old school.
but they work. And, you can make them yourself or you can buy pre-made ones.
And you can like quiz yourself or study with a friend.
Exactly.
Okay, those are good.
What else?
Another great way to learn new vocabulary is to read.
Reading. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and the more you read, the more words you'll be exposed to.
And it doesn't have to be like super serious literature.
No, not at all.
It can be anything you enjoy.
Exactly, like magazines or blogs.
Or even comic books.
Right.
Okay, so read what else?
You can also learn new vocabulary by watching movies and TV shows.
Oh, yeah, that's a fun one.
And, you can turn on the subtitles if you need to.
Yeah, or even like pause and look up words.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've got word-a-day apps, flashcards, reading, and movies and TV shows.
Yeah.
Is there anything else?
Yeah, there's one more technique that I think is really effective. Okay, what's that?
It's called the context clues method.
Context clues. Oh, yeah, I remember that from school.
Yeah, so basically what you do is you try to figure out the meaning of a word by looking at the words and sentences around it.
Okay, so like if you're reading a book
Yeah.
and you come across a word you don't know, you don't immediately run to the dictionary.
No, you try to figure it out based on the context.
Okay, that makes sense. And is it a good technique?
Yeah, it's a really good technique because it
Okay.
forces you to think critically about the language.
And it helps you to remember the word better.
Exactly, because you're not just memorizing a definition.
Right, you're actually understanding how the word is used.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've got all these great techniques for learning new vocabulary.
Yeah.
But how do we actually put it into practice?
Right, like how do we start using these words in our everyday conversations?
Yeah, because it's one thing to know the words.
Yeah.
It's another thing to actually use them.
Exactly.
So what's the key?
I think the key is to just start small.
Okay.
Don't try to use all the new words you've learned at once.
Right, they'll be overwhelmed.
Exactly. Just pick a few words that you really like and try to use them in your conversations.
And it's okay to make mistakes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no one's expecting you to be perfect.
Right. The important thing is to just keep practicing.
And the more you practice, the more confident you'll become.
Exactly.
Okay, so this has been a really helpful deep dive.
Yeah, I agree.
We've learned about why vocabulary matters. We've explored 4 main categories of everyday vocabulary.
Yeah.
And we've discussed some fun and effective techniques for learning new words.
And putting them into practice.
Exactly. So before we wrap up,
Yeah.
I want to leave you with a challenge.
Okay, I love challenges.
I want you to try using 3 new words that you've learned in this deep dive
Yeah.
in your very next conversation.
Ooh, I like that.
And you know what? I think you'd be surprised at how much it enhances your communication.
I bet.
So that's it for today's deep dive.
Thanks for joining us.
I hope you found it helpful.
Yeah, me too.
And until next time, happy wordsmithing.
Bye, everyone!